Oh, thank God, more industry. Mildly disappointed that there's a dead end here, but hopefully there's more expansion on this side. Don't really like any of these. I can actually see this one working. I think I probably die a little too often because I don't have enough regen at times. I think we could stand up some more science. So I'm not gonna lie, I really like Occam's Gouger. Or at least this particular version of Occam's Gouger. Stay away from my module. One thing I'm curious about for the pixel art for this game, so like obviously that's doing kind of a 3D, an approximation of a 3D object. I'm curious if, like, because I don't have any artistic skill at all. I'm curious if people actually apply the same methods to. Oh, I really want that. Oh, and I'll have that next turn. So I'm kind of curious whether or not people use the same techniques that, you know, they used to do something on, like, I don't know, an Amiga or like a, oh god, I don't even know what Star Fox was originally. Was it Star Fox a Super Nintendo game? I think it was a Super Nintendo game. Anyways, like, the sort of stuff that, the sort of tools people would have used to do work like that, in ye old days. Oh, I completely neglected to see that there were waves incoming. I'm probably going to lose this module. Okay, good, so I'm not losing my mind. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious that when they create pixel art like that, cool. I didn't know they did that. I'm just kind of curious whether or not they use the same techniques that the original games that they're imitating used, or if there's just, you know, a more streamlined way to do it right now. I mean, again, I have no appreciation for the kind of work that people actually do to realize something like that. So this isn't going to be the last word against enemies, but it'll at least keep this thing alive for a little while. I mean, I got the science I needed for the object that I wanted, but... And it looks like we have a chance to get a new food replicator. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to be researching science for a long time to get that. 46 science at 10 a turn. They all look incredible, and they have the one resource that I don't want to give up right now. Or I'll take the one resource I don't want to give up right now. It's probably overkill, but... Oh joy, I've got 2 whole doors to navigate through. Is there any way to make this less crappy? Not really. I don't have Ken yet, but... I mean, I've got 3 heroes I really like. And I'd have to level them up 4 level. You know, I think I'm going to skip. I know I said I wanted to get heroes, but this could actually turn into an urn, so I think at this point I'm going to not hire Ken. Although I will use him as a meat shield. Actually, you know what? That's kind of dumb because there's already going to be monsters coming out of this area, so... Quick, we need defensive modules. So much dust. Okay, but guess I better go deal with the problems. This is the point where the industry does actually make the game easier, because clearly I can just rebuild anything that's destroyed. The ideal will be if I can get it so that my core heroes are at level 15 before... Okay, I think I'm gonna handle this. If I can make it so that my core heroes are level 15 before enemies become a problem, I should be in good shape. I think I'll lose the science. Oh, no, I won't. Okay, yep, lost the science module. I'm kind of okay with that, though. I got the improvement I needed, so how do I play this? I don't like shutting this down, but it will. I'll close this off. So I really built all that defense for nothing. I'll convert this to a food room. And I'll just put up enough to cause some problems. I think I'm also going to try developing a Kip cannon. So my reasoning here is that once I have all my heroes at level 15, I'm going to be stockpiling science. I'm obviously not going to need industry. So at this point here, I'm going to switch to industry or to science development, and so as a result, I will be able to use those Kip cannons to give me a bit of an edge in terms of the damage that I do. Again, getting really lucky on the dot. I have to assume that some of this is some of this has to be the contribution of the warden. I don't think this is entirely me getting lucky. Other than, you know, so obviously I got lucky as far as the industry is concerned, but as far as the dust that I'm getting, let's see, I'm using so that doesn't do anything. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe I am just really lucky on this run, but bonus defense. Yeah, I'll sacrifice 2 defense for that. I actually wonder if that merchant's still alive. That might be a good opportunity to get a little extra science, in addition to some dust. Uh, 24 for... Yeah, I'll do it. That's less than ideal. Okay, so I think I need to reevaluate. This is actually costing me a lot to do this. So at least if I need to confront stuff, it's going to be in the area that my explorers, and I think I allowed the fact that I had a lot of industry to cloud my judgment on that, but it's better that I force confrontations in this area. There's really no reason why I should have been dealing with that many waves. I mean, there's still stuff that can generate here, but I think those overwhelming forces could have been better handled. This will be interesting to do, though. I've definitely committed myself to clearing this stuff out before dealing with the other problem. Looks like it has been handled, though. Oh no, I moved Max again. Okay, well, at least I can move Max to this room. It's probably a slightly more intelligent place to have him too, just because he's able to repair those modules. better than the ones I have right now? They are. So I can use that to get some science from the merchant as well. So I'll agree, fights like this aren't the most compelling things to watch, but I'd really rather not have them inside this room doing damage to resource modules. So does this guy ever gain? Yeah, he does gain wit, so... But both of them gain one, so... Looks like my dust luck has run out finally. I still don't quite know what to do about Gork, to be honest. I think he's a really good... You know, the enemies haven't been that tough here, to be honest, so I think I will just get myself another food resource. No, actually that was a waste, but... So, Gork is good, but I actually find his movement speed to be prohibitively bad. So, like, a character like Tro is able to build up to a level that he's useful. Oh. Yeah, I never watched Speedrun's Apprentice. I mean, I think there's some times where people might be a little indulgent in terms of what they do, but yeah, I'd be much more interested in seeing how somebody actually plays a game rather than rushes it. But yeah, so I mean, as far as Gork is concerned, unless you know that you have something that will improve his speed, I'm not entirely sure how viable he is in a lineup, to be completely honest. And I seem to be missing a door somewhere. Oh yeah, down here. Oh, I should actually see what I can research as well. I've kind of been neglecting that. I mean, none of these are great, but I think probably the field generator, looking at the stacks that I've been going up against, I have a suspicion I'm going to be needing some extra defense sooner rather than later. And I think Autodoc shards are a good idea. Again, I haven't needed to use healing, but I think that's going to be coming up sooner than I expect. Oh yeah. No, I knew exactly what you were referring to there, Apprentice. But that said, it gave me an opportunity to talk a little bit about my streaming preferences. The decision to do Max was mostly driven by the fact that he's currently on the front lines. There might have been an argument for upgrading one of these two guys because I think they have a better wit gain, but just, one of those sort of arbitrary decisions. Yeah, now see, building a food module there was a complete waste. I only got like 4 food out of that. But, and I mean, yes, I can afford it, but if you think about it, like I've spent over 1,000 food already, so. Turn on everything. We did it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is collect the dust from this room. Yeah. Still, like, if you think of it though, right? I would have spent 60 industry so I could get 4 4 food. Like, I get that I'm talking about problems that don't exist, but still, I mean, even with my absurd amount of food, there's really not a good way I can justify that decision. And this is again another fairly easy crystal run. I'd be very surprised if they actually catch up to me. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm saying, even with like half of its value in industry, I would have justified it. But I mean, that's a pretty egregious waste. Alright, so we've got 2 characters out of this run. Let's see if we can turn it into an urn now. I mean, I think I declare chapter 11 if I use an exploit and I don't actually win the game, but... is the way to go with that. And again, I'm not crazy about dedicating a hero to working this module, but it's the best I've got, so... Wants my food, huh? I actually don't think any of these are really that great. The pool queue kind of... Actually, yeah, so we'll get a pool queue at least, but... I don't really want to slow down my my levels, because I'm definitely getting to a point soon where I'm going to have to rely on my modules to keep me alive. Forgot to take a break between floors. That's fine. I think I'll live. Sorry, merchant. Okay, strategic retreat. Okay, I think this is an all hands on deck one. Especially because I have a feeling that's going to come bursting through the doors. So here I'm going to be losing some efficiency as far as moving heroes between rooms. But the alternative is that I lose a hero that I've put so much food into improving. So that's also the first I've seen the Rhino guys. I've seen other that looks good. I've seen other special monsters, but I haven't actually seen the riders, I guess I'll call them. So it definitely worried me that there was an indicator that a door was being smacked down, but I don't know if they actually destroy doors or not. I definitely don't remember going this far in. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Not that these are mutually exclusive propositions. Yeah, see, now this is a real dilemma too, because I don't know where to position my heroes. At least one close to the exit for sure. It doesn't really matter where I put the warden, just because there can only be one front line, but I kind of want Max in the hardest area. Probably a waste to use both of those, but yeah, I think I only have 3, so I'll do pepper spray. I will improve the healing with the biotransference, and I will use a prism rod. I might switch this out for the auto dock shards. I haven't used a lot of the healing items that much, so I'm not quite sure what's the most appropriate for a situation like this. But I figure this is not a bad time for experimentation, just because I've gotten 2 new heroes out of this run, so. No Exoplasm, I have not actually played multiplayer yet. I was of the opinion that that was one of the few times I think the community voting system has not necessarily resulted in a desirable feature for the game. I mean, I understand there's no cross-platform multiplayer anyway, so I'm probably not going to find another Mac user that play. I mean, I have a PC I can play it on, but this game was perfectly fun in single player, and I'm not entirely sure, unless you can, like, unless I think somebody actually said, You know what would be an awesome idea for multiplayer in this game? And that was the motivation for people saying, we want multiplayer. I think what happened was people just said, oh, hey, you know what? It's always fun to play games with your friends. And as a result, they added a feature that doesn't suit a game like this. I guess the analogy would be, you know, multiplayer FTL. I think it would make it a worse game, to be frank. So, now again, I'm judging without having tried it. So, I mean, maybe multiplayer is the most amazing thing ever in this, you know, for Dungeon of the Endless, but it's gonna take some convincing. Okay. I need to consider my position. Do Armchair General. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I completely understand what Amplitude are doing in that program, and I think by and large it's a good program. I think the games sort of speak for themselves in that regard. But you know, it's the Henry Ford quote that Steve Jobs loved to bring up. You know, if I asked the customer what they wanted, they would have said, you know, a faster horse that eats less. And I think there's truth to that. I think it's very easy to say, you know, multiplayer would be cool without actually. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, a feature like multiplayer probably shouldn't be added unless there's a very clear idea about how it will enhance the game. But I mean, I could also be wrong on that. Like I said, I've not tried the multiplayer. It could actually be really fun. I'm just a bit skeptical, personally. I probably should build a science generator, but I definitely don't like how some of these fights have been going, so I'm just gonna keep flogging that food till I have enough. I mean, I've only got, what is it? 3... 6, 11, 15 levels to go. So that's a lot of food, but like it's manageable. So. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, and the other thing too is I know people definitely have varying weights that they put on the relative importance of multiplayer. You know, I like Dota, so clearly I think a game like that is greatly enhanced by a multiplayer experience. Borderlands I haven't actually played multiplayer, but I understand is quite fun to play in that mode. But yeah, I mean, just the big one is multiplayer just seems to be one of those things that people accept every game needs, and I'm not convinced that's the case. That's bad. What am I going to do about this? Oh, I should have built defensive modules is the first thing I should have done. This is probably going to take too long, but... So I'm not spending any of the food until I see where these heroes are as far as their health is concerned. I think he'll wrap those up soon, actually. He needs all the help he can get. I think Max can start swearing at people. Look at this slacker. This is really not a good room to defend in, but... I mean, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna... It'd be nice to close off this area here, but I think Oppot's got enough that he can defend himself with. I need to make sure I've got at least one room of buffer between the crystal and whatever can be on the other end of that. More invasions. Not quite sure what to do with all this, to be honest. I really don't like how the defense in this area is going. Oh, I need that so bad. Probably not getting at this floor unless I get a lot of dust. Okay, I want to see if Max can actually handle this stuff on his own. It seems like no, but let's see. Fortunately, though, I finally got some dust, so... I think this is the last generator I'm going to make for him. Let's try pepper spray instead. Because I think it'll be nice that the monsters turn on each other. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I don't think there's anything better I can really do on the layout of this floor right now. Can find more dust. That's a good start. I'm thinking I will skip, as much as I'd love to add another food module to this, I don't think it's worth it. I've got 18 doors open right now. I mean, maybe if there were 30, I don't know if it actually gets that high. But I have a suspicion this floor will be wrapping up relatively soon. Man, that's another character. Again, I'm not really inclined to retraining these people when I'm so close to maxing out the level on these ones, so it'd be cool to get all these characters in the rotation, but I think it's not a... I mean, I think it's possible that including... Oh, I've got her already, so that's fine. I think it's possible that including somebody that low-leveled in the party could potentially lose me the game, especially with these super waves that seem to keep spawning, so... What's the best room to power with this? It's a really shoddy defense that I have. Oh, okay, I know what I can do. At least keep them occupied while I... Yep. Okay, that's not good. So I know Max is taking some damage, but I just kind of want to see how this turns out. Okay, not bad. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have built Prisoner Pod. Definitely building Autodoc shards and pepper spray is the way to go, I think. But see, the only reason I have him in that room is to actually defend. Okay, well, I'll get him to work the science module. We'll see how far he can get with it. What if I do... Yeah, I like that idea, actually. So, one pep. Actually, that was kind of dumb, but... I mean, that's 3 rooms of defenses for one possible spawn location. That has to work. Yes, Softbot gets wet, so he'll get the upgrade. Okay, so that wiped them out completely. By the way, I'm sorry, one thing that I've been doing to get over this resolution thing, if there's been some activity in chat the last little while, I've been following when I can, but I noticed my iPad's getting quite low on batteries, which it seems to be making it a bit temperamental as far as closing stuff off goes. So I don't know if it still records Twitch chat when I'm that low on battery. So if I've not been responsive to questions or stuff like that, sorry. Just let me know what it was, and I'll do my best to answer. But I know part of the appeal of Twitch is lurking, so I'm not entirely convinced I've missed anything. All right, so if anything is going to win me this run, it's upgrading that food replicator. Hand vacuum's a dust item, I think. Oh, that's an idea. There's probably a ton of dust in these two rooms. And it looks like these doors are broken down, so that's actually, if the Rhino guys break down doors, that's a really interesting way to punish you from getting resources. Okay, that's not as much dust as I thought, actually. Oh well. That is one scary stack. Okay, I also got to do this thing. So definitely lost more food there than I wanted to, but how do I deal with this? I think I just rebuild here. I think I'll build auto dock shards because it does seem like I'm moving in. I want at least one pepper spray, and then I think the rest will just be prisoner pods. I mean, it's a weak defense. I think as a fallback, I'll put some pods here. Too much is not enough. What is that? 50 modules on a single floor. Yep, well, mission accomplished there. I think that'll give a credible defense. I just hope there isn't too much that spawns in here over the next couple of rounds. I really don't need the Foozy, but I can trade it for something else. I should have seen if there was something I could have researched. Oh, there was something I was researching. Never mind. Okay, so I want to see... You know what? It's a waste, but at least this stuff is cheap. see how this goes. But I don't think if these things even have power. No, they have to, because they were firing. Okay, I have no idea how he got past there, but how horrible. I mean, he just kind of seems to be going on his merry way. It's not like... I mean, I'm not going to get anything next turn off of these, so... Alright, well, I mean, that floor could have gone better, but as far as main objectives are concerned, we've got levels, we've got some good unlock. I mean, as far as the industry that I build, as long as I build some intelligent defensive systems, my food modules are going to be paying dividends. I think it's just a matter of making sure I've cleared out the rooms where there's potential dust. Because apparently I'm going to use this dust. And I know there was a merchant at some point. I'm pretty sure they're dead by now. I'm being a little careless in terms of how I'm padding out these rooms as far as light's concerned, but I think I can make it through. Yeah, it'll be fine. Especially because some of these monsters actually stop to destroy modules as well, so... I'm actually not too sad that this game turned out this way, just because I think I'm learning a little bit more about how to construct defense. I mean, I'm building defenses that only last one turn, but I'm kind of getting an idea in terms of what works and what doesn't, so... Okay, I can't remember, I haven't been keeping track of the time that well, so I am going to mute myself. Just gonna get up, stretch a bit. I encourage you guys to do the same. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming out, especially on Halloween, when I'm sure all of you have social lives and other interesting things to do. It will be no more than 3 minutes. I'll make sure I time myself, but I think, again, just stretch and get a glass of water or something like that. I'll see you guys in a sec. Thanks. Alright, thanks a lot for waiting. We are on our way to floor number 8. Probably shouldn't actually pause at the elevators. I should probably let it load and then move in. Oh well. Tear gas is the way to go. I think there's going to be more kind of swarming style fights like last round. Alright then. See, what sucks about this... Oh, for crying out loud. Well, no, you know what? That's not bad, actually, if I'm gonna waste a turn. What sucks about this area is I've spent 3... I spent 3 dust basically defending something, like, that doesn't give me a whole lot. Now, the nice thing is that there's no other door. So everything else is gonna have this massive choke point here. Unfortunately, it does mean that I'm going to need to find the dust to actually build up some defenses in this area. Oh wow, the crystal's particularly vulnerable for 4 turns as well. This is going to be tricky, actually. I mean, it'd be nice to have somebody working these modules, but... Oh wait, this is for food. I don't want to do that. I guess I do have to move Oddbot here then, because I'm definitely not getting... I'm not getting enough dust to justify... and actually, so I'll move everybody, but... then explore. There we go. Okay, we're back on track for industry. Probably could stand to build a science module, but I think this should be the big push for... Oh lord. Okay, so we build pepper spray, and we build... Honestly, I think tear gas is the way to go in this case. At least, you know, I have some fairly hard-hitting heroes who can cause them some difficulty. I really need to improve the dust, though. And what sucks is that because it's so close to my crystal, my crystal's definitely going to be taking some damage, so it's going to be a bit of a struggle to get enough to open up these rooms. Or it seemed it would be a struggle. Might get lucky here. And it would appear I have. No, you know what? That was not the right call. This is arguably a somewhat wasteful move, just because in the end it's not that. He's my fastest mover, and this isn't the biggest distance in the world, but this thing's probably going to die before I can use it, but I wasn't quite thinking properly about how to lay out the floor. Swearing. Oh, I get it. Okay, so they're unlocking all the horrible beasties. And again, denying me resources. That's a vicious enemy. I want to move Max up. And I think the tool belt is slightly better. I'll have to find a merchant to sell it, but... So here, I think, auto dock shards... spray, tear gas, and so I get 1 for each stock science, 94 science. Two and a half versus half. So I take the I mean, it's risky to do the Kip Cannon, but I think in my current state, it's not a bad way to go. I mean, I'll see what I can research here. It's got to be pretty compelling for me to want to spend that science, though. Okay, so I hate that I'm doing this, but this is actually something very helpful to have. So the Kip was a waste. I would have been better to have used a prisoner prop. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just bulldoze that. Now the Kip really was a waste, but in that case, I cut my science down by quite a bit. So I don't think I have Scroig yet, actually. and hold out until my oh, well, I normally want to, but I really got to deal with that. Okay. I think my comrades go in here, and I get... There we go. So I think it was probably a little bit wasteful to move my allies like that, but... Again, I'm trying to find this rhino guy. At least I know if I hang out here, he'll show up. Unfortunately, it looks like he's gonna get through. I kinda wish you could target in this game, but you can't, so... So this is actually a fairly good use of industry at this point, because the mechanical pal, admittedly right now it's just giving me one extra wit, but it's definitely built over several turns. There we go. Okay, well, one room open isn't the end of the world, but... yeah, so basically building these mechanical pals, because I sort of have this unlimited amount of industry. I mean, it's getting somewhat low. I don't think I can continue doing this over all the floors. But at this point here, it looks... I think it's going to be one extra... I thought it was going to be one extra that I got. But basically just kind of piling these things on the unworked modules will give me a little bit of an edge in terms of my production. If it was particularly bold, I'd also try and do them in these powered rooms, but I mean, I think I'm just kind of asking to waste industry at that point, so... I can't remember if there's anything I wanted out of the... I mean, they're okay, but not... Yeah, honestly, none of these are really that impressive. I think I'll just pass for now. So in this case, I'm actually going to hold out so that I can get my sort of my primary character up to level 15. Use kite. Don't think that's worth it, to be honest. Again, I'm hoping I find the Rhino Rider before I do anything. Yep, there he is. So just kind of getting a free module out of that just sucks, but... Oh, maybe not, actually. The big one is I'm trying to really avoid the Rhino Riders from knocking down any more doors, because that's really what's going to be keeping me from... that's going to be what keeps me from getting the most out of these food replicators. I've got 21 doors open right now. I don't think there is... How much does that get me? So 6 food plus, let's say 3 for the modules that are worked. I don't think I can really justify that. I think I'm developing enough on, excuse me, on my own. And I know this floor is probably going to end soon, so... Oh, Ponsonbuck, sorry, I just saw your message here. This is not actually on easy. The original intention behind this run was to unlock some characters, and then I found an exploit with the industry, and so in this particular case here, this is actually on too easy, but it is a little bit of an effort to get an earn in now, just because there was an exploit. So nothing too challenging at this point. Nothing too challenging at this point. Although I'm sure I'll find a way to ruin it. Welcome, by the way. No, not at all. I think the furthest I got when I was playing yesterday was floor 9. I think at the start of the broadcast I sort of talked about my expectations of myself, and I think without using any without using anything that without using any modules, on easy mode I can get to floor 5 or 6 without building defenses, and with on too easy I can usually get to about floor 9 without building defenses. But this game has its terrible way with me every time I think I'm doing well. So I think it's very natural to feel like everybody else is better than you in a game like this. But I can assure you, the only magic tonight has been getting lucky on some dust and then finding that industry exploit. All right, let's see what's behind the door. An exit. And no monsters. Oh, okay, well, that is... One thing I will say too, like, before we found the industry exploit, I did get some really lucky drops, so I think this was shaping up to be one of my better runs of Dungeon of the Endless anyway, but the chance to get a very large amount of industry was just too tempting. Oh, god damn it, I didn't want to... Alright, well, where can I put you to be useful? I guess here? Of damage. There's 2 of them? Jesus Christ. Okay, I think this is one of these all hands on deck moments. And let's get some dust for it. Now to answer the question of how am I going to get the crystal there? I think at this point, I just need to beeline it. Oh. No, I need it. So I think the idea behind this one is just going to be to pick up the crystal with Opbot and just kind of have the rest of the team cluster around, because there's no way I'm going to be able to shut off all of the stuff that I'm not going to be shut off. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to shut off the entire gauntlet. I can shut off more than I thought, but this is still going to be a harder run than usual. Yeah, really the first. I don't know, I've been pretty lucky on the crystal runs this time, so I think it's fair I get a challenging one like this. It's actually not as bad as I thought. We did it! Cool. Alright, I'm going to make good on my promise to load up the game and then go on my break. I know I just recently had one, but I think it'd be nice. Actually, no, you know what? That was only about 23 minutes. Sorry, this gives me a timer too. I try to take one every hour, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I thought I took the last one at midnight. Let's go do floor 9. I don't know if I'll finish this run tonight or not, because I do have some stuff that I need to do tomorrow. I actually didn't want to spend the entire night dedicated to... Actually, what I was supposed to do was update the guide, so I will blame you good people for not putting modern pictures on getting started with Dungeon of the Endless. But I had more fun doing this, so I will accept that. But yeah, I'll at least do a good portion of floor 9 and see where we're sitting, because I know it's about 1 o'clock where I am right now, and I do eventually need to do something other than play video games. Like self-powered rooms. This would be a good defense room, except for the fact there really aren't that many spots to plant things. So. Oh, that's a tough one. So they gotta kill the monsters before they reach the crystal. It's actually not that bad though, because I do a fair amount of damage. And you can definitely tell the monsters are getting tougher. Loving the self-powered rooms. More of those, please. So if I'm lucky, this will be the floor that I level everyone up on. Alternatively, this will be the floor where I get completely dumped. accept a small inefficiency by moving Max, because basically the idea... Oh! Completely forgot. So the reasoning behind moving Max here is that this entire area is completely safe. It's powered. There's not going to be anything that's generating from there. My dread is that I'm going to have to open this door and it's going to suck. But in its current state, the only place where I can be invaded is this area with a toxic cloud right now. I actually see an argument for a dust field generator when the monsters are getting tougher. Well, it would have been nice to have. See the rhino thing die, but I'm assuming it did. I'm not going to build a food replicator here right away just because I mean there's only 2 spots for defense. I mean you can make the same argument for not building one here as well. Yeah, actually you know what, that's kind of inconsistent. Let's go for it. I think it'll suffer the same fate that the the artifact did. But I'm so close to getting everybody at level 15, and then if I can just like generate food to take me through the next few levels. Oh god. Okay, that thing needs to die. That's not as bad as I thought. The toxic, I keep forgetting that the toxic cloud actually affects both sides. I'm not upset with how that turned out at all, actually. Hooray, more industry. Okay, it's not an ideal position to be in. I mean, I do have to defend 2 fronts, which I'm not crazy about, but I can see this working. Of course there'd be a rhino guy. As much as I like my food, Rhino Riders first priority. Actually, what this does allow me to do is make this a small defensive... Well, no, there's nothing really to do for a defensive room because they'll just die. I should be good for food in a few turns anyway, and then it's just kind of pure production until I, Actually, I'm gonna be bold and just start lighting this spot up. At least I'll only have one place that I need to defend. I probably shouldn't have done food. I should have done science for that, but... Game, please. Again, I built food. I'm so used to that habit. I think this is a very good idea. I could stand to build my defenses a little bit better in this area, but so far it seems manageable. I'll power this for now. I am gonna eventually use that point to close off this spot. Science lasts with this. I mean, it's gonna die just like everything else, but maybe I'll be more motivated if it's something I actually want. I'm wasting food healing Max. I'm okay with that simply because it's keeping the things that attack my crystal at bay, basically. At this point, I think Max is the same, but you definitely use the extra firepower. Here. I definitely want to stockpile food resources because I tend to be using this heal ability a lot. I don't think I'll get 2,000 worth like for industry, but so long as I play this force smart, I should be. Oh, that's ugly. Let's kneecap him. Let's just go whole hog with that. And I think let's arm Show generals. Light that up. That's definitely the way to do it. Okay, so Rhino guy's gonna be in this room. Else defending that ward. Okay, good. I don't even know why I think Max is actually going to be able to work that thing, but start by building a tactical HUD. Figure the extra firepower isn't going to hurt at this point. Okay. Drop that power down here. Gives me a chance to make science. The real question I have is whether or not I just want to pull this guy out of the room entirely, or if he will benefit from, if he gives the fire. Actually, you know what? I'll move him. I'll wait for this guy to get where he needs to be. Max is in there now, right? Yeah. Back in. Just gotta make sure he doesn't take any damage, but I don't like that these crystals are getting by for free. Cool. Alright, that worked out nicely. I mean, again, it's stupid for me to think that Max is actually ever going to be able to work any of that stuff, but it's what I got, so let's see what we can research. So the stun is great, but I think something that will help with defense is a little more useful at the present moment. That may change. Good lord, did I don't think anything came to kill me. Quick crutchy. Defense. So that's wit. Max HP. Six gun. Yes. Quick draw. No. Okay. Switch that out. almost died last... Well, no, but he's like one of my main workers. I kind of need to... Yeah, I think that's the way we'll play this. And I think he gets level 15 next turn, actually, so... So it sucks that I'm doing this, but I want to close off as much... I mean, as long as I can reduce it to dealing with problems on this side of the map, I'm okay with it. I really don't like the fact I'm opening so much up here, but it's the best out of my crappy options. And he wants science, eh? 60 science for a better... Well, let's just get rid of the crap. Yeah, let's go for the improved version. There's no real reason for me to keep that other stuff around, but it's, I don't know, I can sort of maybe see a use for it at some point, so I'm sort of holding off. Okay, so... Oh, right. Where's the exit, though? Oh, Jesus, I didn't even know there was a door there. Okay, that's actually going to make it really hard to deal with. Okay, well, of course it is. It sucks, but yeah, that's so much food I lose. I really have to power that room, though. Okay, well, you know what? I really don't fancy stuff killing my crystals, so... Let's see if we can get some research done. I don't think I'll ever wind up using that, but I figure something that heals me based on the damage, or I guess the kills that I get against enemies is worth thinking about, especially if I do those kind of death stacks like I've been using. Oh, dust. Cool. Not worth it. King's armor and... Okay, not the tutu. Could do that. I mean, this is definitely something I'm saving until the end, but I can definitely see myself buying a lot of these items, so. That off, that'll at least get me some more food production. Now the worst thing is this guy is like, he's in the middle of the danger zone. Well, okay, that's an easy... No, that's not an easy fix because I've used up all my modules on stupid stuff. Well, crap. Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, but I haven't researched store. Okay, well, at least we'll get some science on this. This is probably pretty wasteful on my part. I don't think I have a whole lot left on this floor, but... this person Firebot's the most attractive out of those crappy options. Yeah, so I mean, the name of the game is to protect this merchant here. And then I can get some pretty cool stuff before I leave the level. It'll make the crystal run harder, but I'm pretty sure I can just deathball it. And it's actually been mercifully tame. Okay, so it didn't say that was the last. Oh, right. So let's see if there's anything else I can research before I go running with that crystal. 348's not terrible for... Actually, I guess it'll be 400 something. So I mean, shop would be nice so I can get past that problem I had before, but this field generator seems to be the right call there. So we will open this door, pray that something terrible doesn't happen to us. Alright. Let's go shopping. This is Quick Draw versus Pea Shooter. Quick Draw is undeniably better. Toothpick compared to Crutchy is not. King's Armor is. And the Tutu is better than the prison uniform. Let's go over the inventory, make sure I can't improve. Nope. So I know I'm going to lose a couple of these anyway, so let's go for... Wish I wasn't losing the Iron Shield. Let me at least try to sell it. Nope. So... It's kind of a hair-raising run, to be completely honest. I think the way to play this one is to start everybody on the end. I'll just rely on Opbot being ridiculously fast. Yeah, run for your life. Oh, this is a really tough call. So I mean, it's 1:30 now. I definitely streamed a lot later than I had intended to, so but it's floor. Okay, you know what? Let's see how long this floor takes. I will stay as long as I can on this. I can't promise I will finish the run tonight, but let's at least go as far as we can and see what happens. I definitely want to put down one of those tactical huts, but I'm not quite sure when the best time to do that is. Unforgiving rooms, to be honest. Nothing I can really make a home base in. There we go. Is there any way to work this? I don't know what that does, though. Well, you know what? Honestly, it doesn't hurt to have somebody defending that while I get dusk, so. Looks like we're making short work of the enemies anyway, so. Like self-powering rooms, that's for sure. Okay, I only need one person to explore, so I'm just gonna keep Max hanging out there while I get enough power to close that off. Oh, just got it. What does he want? Industry. I got lots of that. 6 wit. Let's see what my gun guys. Lower DPS, lower DPS. Other t-shirts. That is actually better. Blast. No. Oh right, it was the I think for this one I want to buy it. Let's drop. You know what? Honestly, let's just drop all this garbage. Pea shooter better. So I think the way to handle this is the photon decelerator when I'm ready to carry the crystal, and the Nano Brothers otherwise. Max can sit there by his lonesome. Oh, there's the exit. Nice to have a party of level 15 characters. You can still afford to tank things with your face. I am not crazy about about so many of those things coming in. Vegas proud, Max. Well done. Okay, that gets closed off. Max can hang out this room. I think... Is there anything useful I can do with that? Let's just do pepper spray, I think. I mean, any weapons I put in there are not... Well, okay, actually, let's just do 1 pepper spray, 1 kip cannon. I'm not entirely sure the weapons are going to be that effective. What I would love to see is 2 monsters attacking each other in this room, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, every time I put down pepper spray, it doesn't actually seem to quite live up to the promise. So, another zone device. The run from heaven. Smooth that. Slightly less defense. Ooh, it's a tough one. You know what? I think that's the better call. I know I just bought that thing, but I think some HP regen is really nice to have at this point. Saves me from building. Well, no, I probably shouldn't replace the module with that. But